Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kevin, even though starters are important, those great sixth men have been the key to so many championship teams. Think about the likes of Andre Iguodala, Manu Ginobili, Lamar Odom. And still, with some, there's a stigma to coming off the bench. Iguodala said it's ingrained early, but in particular, he said, in the NBA, it's I need to get paid like a starter. And guys, that's a sacrifice that not many are willing to line up for.
David Aldridge, thank you. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. We've got Diallo. Grant is out there with Doumbouya. Then there's Hayes, and it's Stewart in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Lakers, the two megastars are the big men, LeBron and Davis. Kent Bazemore is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Anthony in at the three, the small forward. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. To the middle. Grant the pass to Stewart. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I mean, he's out there on an island all by himself. I mean, good job to stay cool and drain.
James in the post. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
A foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
Here's Westbrook. And close on the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws. It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya.
No one plays with more fire than Russ. I mean, relentless at going to the hoop. No choice but to foul him sometimes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Westbrook.
You know what? It's exceptional how results-oriented Westbrook is. I mean, every aspect of his game is so sharp on both ends of the floor.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. So it's the Pistons now. And here's Hayes. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Westbrook with it. 20 points for him last game against New Orleans. Offensive rebound. James kicks to Anthony. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Passes it to Doumbouya. Here's Hayes. A three-pointer, no good. Bazemore. No one around him. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Oh, man, I love Davis's ability to read the floor. He's improving his ability to create for others.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Hayes, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
The Pistons have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Grant against Anthony. Grant the pass to Doumbouya. Rebound the Lakers. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence. Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Now here's Diallo. He's covered by Bazemore. Shot good by Diallo.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
It's Westbrook with the drive.
You can usually count on Westbrook being among the NBA leaders in points off drives. I mean, in control at any speed.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, Pistons trail by 5.
And when you think about being fashion forward, Russell Westbrook's fearlessness extends to his game day outfits.
Well, come on, G.A. Russ lives by the motto, why not? I mean, the same reckless abandon we see on the court, yeah, it's reflected in his clothing.
And finished off by Westbrook.
He uses his finesse to get flashy. I mean, Westbrook is an elite above the rim finisher.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Pass to Grant. Back to Hayes. Goes up on the wing. Offensive rebound. Boya off target at the rim. Here's Los Angeles now. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Now here's Westbrook. He's guarded closely, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Love the timing Davis has. He has a sense for when to rise up and slam down the alley-oop.
So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to the Golden State Warriors. Hayes the pass to Diallo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3 ball. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Bazemore, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Bazemore. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. It's tipped. Anthony looking it over. Nailed from three-point land.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on deep.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
Well, you know, the ball movement was lacking, and you know things got stagnant. That's why that offense looked so off.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Look at New Orleans. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at Los Angeles, they know who they are. They know where they want to be. They just have to maintain this level of play and maybe even take it up a notch.
Now here's Anthony. A 14-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
Yeah, and his energy level in that game was amazing. He did all that work offensively and controlled the balls, too.
Now Davis. After Sekou Doumbouya misses from long range. They get the rebound. Second chance shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
When James gets you in the air, I mean, you're toast. He's superb at going right into the contact.
You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, GA. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean, it's scary to think that LeBron can still turn it on and take over when he needs to. And you know what? Playoff LeBron is a very real thing.
Good on both.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. You know, Chris, every season we see teams in a given game or series, they just don't seem to have that same energy. What are some of the reasons teams fall flat?
Well, I think sometimes, you know, the stakes are a little bit higher in the playoffs. The other team is playing hard. Some teams have never gotten to that level before. Some teams, you know, let their guards down at times. You know, then you try to turn it on, but you're already on the ropes.
LeBron left side. Back to Westbrook. James finds Westbrook. Here's Davis. Over Stewart. A second chance effort.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding how to finish shots.
Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. You take a look at the Pistons. This hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out.
And checking out Detroit, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
No, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to everyone, the players, the coaches, the fans. I mean, there was the idea that they might struggle, but now reality is setting in.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Now here's Hayes. He's guarded by Davis. Snatched up. Stewart passes to Diallo. There's the double team with Westbrook. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Pistons with possession here. 5 to shoot. Pass to Diallo. Shoots over Bazemore. That one wide left.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Kept alive. Davis, the pass to Carmelo. Can't get the double clutch layup to drop.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Los Angeles. And a different look here for the Pistons. Now a timeout called by Detroit. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
Yeah, should be a fun game to watch. I mean, 2 teams that don't see each other that much. They'll learn a lot about each other tonight.
And the Lakers making a change here. Nunn's checked in. Now the pass to Jackson. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He makes a lot more of those than he misses. Not sure what threw him off right there.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
So it's the Pistons now after the basket by the Lakers. Pass to Jackson. Back to Joseph. To the inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, great job of getting that deep position there by Jackson. Once he's that close, he's ready to just power that one home.
Lakers leading by 16. Now here's LeBron against New Orleans, who is really on his game. And it's Davis missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And you need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb at snatching up offensive rebounds.
Joseph against none. Pass to Jackson. And Davis sends it back.
You see how the Browns led the league in swats. Not only the wingspan, but the awareness, reading the game.
Now here's James. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. None, that's good.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in the lane. I mean, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
Pass to Bay. Count it, good. Lakers leading by 18. Now LeBron. Here's Bazemore. James right side. Howard. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Howard's got his second basket of the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pistons trail by 20. And here is Joseph. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. None with it. Kicks to Howard. And there's the pass to Davis. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Now here's Bazemore. Defense right on him. The offensive rebound. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Passes it to Lyles. Banked in off the glass.
Great decision, great find. I mean, draws the double team and passes out of it to create the open look.
Pass to Davis. Poked away. Stolen by Jackson. Pass to Lyles. He dishes it to Joseph. Outside Jackson. Here's Lyles. The shot comes out, and the Lakers will go the other way with it. Down low. Kicks it out to James. Bay pulls it in. Pistons trail by 20. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. And the Lakers with some changes. Marcus All comes in for Davis. And Monks subbed in for Kent Bazemore. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's the Lakers with it. It's an 18-point lead. James looking it over. 1:14 left in the first. Takes a 3. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Bay. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on LeBron James. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
The first one falls, and the Lakers making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in. And so he hits both. 1:05 left to play in the first quarter. To the paint, and it's Howard finishing it off.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Here's Joseph after the basket by the Lakers. And it's sent back by Howard.
Howard, one of the most feared rim protectors in the league.
Again, the miss by the Pistons. And so it's none with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. It's an 18-point game. Fires the three. Rebounded by Jackson. Pistons shooting pretty grave so far, about 23%. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Bay. 9-point game his last outing. And here's Olynyk from the arc. Now here's Monk, the fast break chance. Here's Nunn. Connects from three-point range. Nunn's got 5.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
And so it's Los Angeles, sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto, Kawhi Leonard.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for, and how competitive he is. I mean, I don't need somebody to bang his chest or like scream or like be one of those guys to know if you're competitive or not. Like, I think that's the way he is, and I respect that. And he's actually a really good, teammate and vocal and speaks when he needs to speak.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former Defensive Players of the Year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Lakers right now, we've got Kendrick Nunn. Howard is out there with Marc Gasol. And there's Monk, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3. Clock at 6. Here's Gasol. Howard trying to free himself up. And there's another one for the Lakers.
And you love to get Gasol these high percentage looks. I mean, he doesn't miss many from being close.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else. They are just killing him on the interior.
And, well, Detroit shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them, to say the least. Here's Horton Tucker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. There's the pass to Monk. Fires from deep. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Some changes for the Lakers. Anthony's checked in for Howard. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Kendrick Nunn. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Back to Diallo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I play, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
Hayes, he's checked in for Detroit. That one is no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Right side Westbrook, left side Gasol. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Off target from outside.
Oh, it's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
This Pistons squad struggling. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Diallo, the pass to Stewart. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second chance points on the season. The Lakers in 5th.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
Anthony, right side. Shoots over Doumbouya. That one doesn't drop. And the Pistons now going the other way. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. And that concludes this long 6-game road trip.
And the combination of athleticism and defense Grant brings is superb. A guy who you can depend on to compete.
The Pistons have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. First free throw is good. And Grant drops them both. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. Inside, here's Westbrook. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Westbrook's got 8 points.
And we all know Monk likes to shoot, but their great decision, getting it to the open teammate.
Grant surveying the D. Pass to Diallo. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Horton Tucker. And Westbrook gets it to go. 10 points for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
For Detroit, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Now here's Hayes. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Here's Anthony. That one misses. Some solid defense from Grant.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Lakers leading by 22. Here's Horton Tucker. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Anthony Davis.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
First one falls for him. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. There will be a subtle but significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. In fact, they were the association's original supplier starting in 1946. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now Monk. No points in the game yet for him. And here's Hayes. Diallo with it. The pass to Stewart. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Russell Westbrook. The Pistons have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. He misses the free throw. And Los Angeles with some changes. Anthony Davis is checked in for Gasol. LeBron comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Malik Monk. And he's good on the second. Here's James. Dishes it to Bazemore. The 19-foot shot with the tip. James on the follow.
And there's not a more tenacious player than LeBron, and that's the quality you need on the offensive glass.
Now here's Hayes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the rejection by LeBron. Westbrook scanning the floor. Floats it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
Oh, I can't think of a better partner to have in the pick and roll than Davis. Sets hard screens and has the softness to match.
The Pistons have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Hayes, bounce pass. Grant dishes to Hayes. 6 to shoot.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, they look like they just want it more right now. You gotta love the hustle.
No good with the triple.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Wasted no time on that one. Davis has got 11 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite level defender, guards multiple positions and turns away a number of shots.
LA's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Horton Tucker, the pass to Baseman. No good from outside. And Davis gets a lot of blocks without getting in foul trouble. About a 1-to-1 ratio for him in his career.
Incredible. And he's done a great job of learning how to go straight up, playing vertical. Gets blocks, but doesn't get pulled out of position. Does everything you want from a defensive anchor.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And he knocks down the first one. Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lores of the game of college basketball.
They need this one. They get it back. Stewart. And Davis sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Now a timeout called by Detroit. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
He's been a force inside. If they don't commit more bodies down low, he's going to keep destroying them in the paint.
With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. The Lakers #1.
And sometimes a team will get one guy who can block. Other times a guy finds ways to get others involved in blocking. It can be contagious. If he can do it, why not me? Then all of a sudden you look up and you're leading the league in block.
The Lakers have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%.
He can beat you up in so many ways, and Davis is giving this D a thumping tonight.
So it's the Pistons now. Joseph looking around. Passes to Jackson. Back to Joseph. And it's Wiles in the corner. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
It's more than just being in the right place at the right time. I mean, he's been active and aggressive.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lyles. Dwight Howard's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Joseph up top, James covering. Here's Bay. Can't hit from in close. Pass to Bazemore. Outside, Davis. 13 feet away. The second effort, Howard trying to free himself up. And James with the layup. James has got 10 points.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Nunn with it, picked up by Joseph. No good on the three. Pistons shooting a measly 26% in the second quarter. They get a hand on it, and stolen by James. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Oh, that's just stellar instincts from James. Outstanding at clogging up passing lanes with his length.
So it's the Pistons now. Outside, Joseph. Jackson kicks to Joseph. Back to Jackson. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
On the wing, James. Pass to Nunn. Here's Davis. Olynyk is covering. Here's Jackson. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 15 here tonight. And James throws it down.
Oh, improving his floor awareness. Howard has a decent sense for when his guys are open.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Joseph dishes to Jackson. For Detroit, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. And he can't get the first one.
And Jackson certainly has a lot of explosiveness. One of those guys who really wears his heart on his sleeve and brings that energy level every night.
The Lakers making a switch here. Monk's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And here is Los Angeles now. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Joseph against Nunn. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Over the course of AD's career, he's made a concerted effort to draw fouls. I mean, we've seen that free throw attempt number skyrocket.
The Lakers haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And both free throws good for Davis.
One of my favorite bigs in the entire NBA. When Anthony Davis is on the floor, it's appointment viewing only.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Los Angeles. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with head coach Frank Vogel. Coach, the team finished the first half very strong. How did that happen?
Triggered by our defense. We've talked about for days getting back to defending and so we can get out and run. And we finally got some stops.
That is your team's identity. Thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic. That's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, not at all what they envisioned coming to the game. And defending the paint has been the main problem. They got to commit a few more bodies down low, and they got to protect the inside, protect the inside, protect the inside. But even if they do, still might be a little too late for them, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, it could be one of those epic games, but we still have a long way to go.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. They've got Jeremy Grant. He's out there with Diallo. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Stewart in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Oh, very effective. Once he gets this close, I mean, Westbrook knows he has what it takes to capitalize.
Westbrook's gone 5 of 7 from the field. That's over 71% actually. Hayes the pass to Diallo. From past the arc. Hayes no good.
His effort level is there. You can't blame him on that. He's working to get good shots. It's just not connected.
Bazemore, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And now a look at LeBron James here. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Averaging around 35 a clip, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Now Hayes. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Trying to break that ice cold streak, and it's good on the layup.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Here's Davis. Rebound by the Pistons. Stewart's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Grant kicks to Hayes. Here's Stewart. He's guarded by Davis. Right side, Westbrook. Loads it up for Davis. Detroit with the rebound. Stewart's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And as he's aged in the league, Anthony Davis's offense has changed. It now much more of a face-up player.
Well, and that's where his game's been headed. His shot has improved, and he can step out to the 3, facing up and letting him use his burst. Lets him maximize what he can do.
Here's LeBron. And the pass to Bazemore. Here's Davis. And at last, they get one to fall. Davis has got 17.
Okay, look how competitive Davis gets to the board. He knows how valuable second shots are.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Passes it to Grant. Back to Hayes. 6 on the shot clock. Grant the pass to Stewart. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's Davis with the ball for Los Angeles. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand.
If you're the defense, what can you do? James is too strong, too focused on these finishes.
The Pistons shooting a ghastly 26% from the field. Their offensive game looking completely out of whack. And Hayes kicks to Diallo. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Stewart passes to Doumbouya. Just 5 to shoot. Hayes dishes to Grant. It's stolen by Anthony. And it's the Lakers on the break. Anthony leading the charge. Bazemore for 3. Here's Davis. Second shot opportunity. Back to James. It's good. James has got 16 points.
Biggest fear any opponent has. I mean, watching LeBron go to work inside, I mean, you know what the results are going to be.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Now here's Hayes. He's covered by Westbrook. Grant kicks to Hayes. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Anthony. Outside Westbrook. Off target with his 3. The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Pass to Diallo. Lots of room. Bazemore grabs the miss.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Westbrook, no good. Stolen by Westbrook. Here's Bazemore. And again, no good by the Lakers. And the Pistons with possession here. Here's Hayes. And he banks in the layup. Hayes has got his second bucket.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Westbrook kicks to LeBron. Left side, Davis. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 5 assists tonight.
Excellent court awareness. James has always had terrific instinct as a playmaker.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Hayes the pass to Grant. Hayes with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Doumbouya gets a wide open look. Misses the 3.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pistons shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. And Hayes kicks to Diallo. And here's Hayes. The pass to Doumbouya. That 3 off the mark. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. And it's Westbrook missing. And James picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Detroit with the ball. Bounce pass Joseph. Here's Hayes. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
A golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Detroit's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass to Bay. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. Lakers have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
It's constant pressure that Westbrook puts on the defense. He never stops coming right at you.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game. Howard's checked in for Los Angeles. Malik Monk comes in for Anthony. And a switcher also for Detroit. Jackson's checked in. Free throw good, Westbrook. Now here's Joseph. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Jackson. Will it go? He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Gasol. Here's Monk. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's Gasol missing. The Pistons shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Wiles kicks to Joseph. Westbrook against Jackson. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Kendrick Nunn, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Right wing. Joseph against Nunn. Shot clock at 6. And that one good. LA's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass to Horton Tucker. Monk with the ball. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And he's got to do a better job making the D pay for their mistakes.
This one for three. Bay, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Horton Tucker, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Down low. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. They get Marc Gasol.
I mean, and with his shooting touch, Olynyk is a big man that you hesitate to put on the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That one is off. He hits the second from the line.
And Kelly Olynyk, from a basketball family, his father a successful coach, his mother a scorekeeper. He's grown up around the game.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA, and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Horton Tucker, the pass to Nunn. To the inside, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Love the aggressive mind state. Howard showing how authoritative he is inside.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons.
And Dwight Howard, you know, not the same 35-minute a game player he once was, but I tell you what, when he's on the floor, he can still be every bit as effective.
Yeah, Howard can bully teams that go small against him. I mean, he provides a big body to deal with other strong centers. I mean, he also gives the team some great flexibility with how they match up.
Nunn kicks to Howard. Back to Nunn. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Olynyk. It's his first trip to the line. And that free throw good from Nunn. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Joseph. The pass to Bay. Three-pointer. Drops in the tray. Bay's got 11 points.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Howard, the pass to Monk. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Every team hopes to have a player on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. 5th is Dwight Howard.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate.
Detroit's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Jackson down low.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. Over Olynyk. Misses off the left iron. Pistons shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. He had a nice open look right there. Bay's got 8 points here in this quarter.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at three.
1:16 left in the third. Passes it to Nunn. Stolen by Joseph. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Nunn passes to Gasol, and that one is good.
Terrific off the catch. I mean, Gasol right into the shooting motion.
55 seconds left to play in the third. Now Joseph. Rejected by Gasol. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. .44 seconds left to play here in the third. Pass to Horton Tucker. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Detroit's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And Kendrick Nunn is going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Joseph. Stewart's checked in for Trey Lyons. And Joseph drops them both.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
And Nunn has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Monk, the pass to Howard. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the paint, here's Stewart, and that one is stuffed right through.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Here's Nunn, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Los Angeles, holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been active and effective. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
All we got to do is move the basketball. The ball will find the right person. All right? Get it from side to side. Don't force it.
I think you can tell he wants his guys to work harder specifically in how they pass the ball.
I mean, it's just basic basketball. When you swing the ball around the floor, it's going to open up.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Jared Dudley, Trevor Ariza out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Pass to Stewart. Puts up a 3. That shot off. And the Lakers going the other way now. Ariza outside. Over Smith. Ariza no luck. That's tipped. Back to Lee. There's the pass to Smith. Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. You know, I think the salaries now could exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deal, and they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for it, especially if you're winning.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Los Angeles making a switch here. Davis is checked in. And he makes both free throws. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
And here's Dudley for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Dudley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the games, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there. I agree.
What about the vision of Ariza just slashing the D apart with his passing?
For Detroit, they've gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the fourth quarter underway. And stolen by Ellington. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Ellington. Davis has got 21.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Smith against Ariza. Smith the pass to Stewart. Great D that time from Davis.
Knowing the kind of competitor he is, I know he's upset with his performance and with the score.
to the middle. Here's Ariza trying to get open as Davis. Ariza with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Smith with it. And here is Lee. Stewart passes to Lee. He kicks it to Smith. Passes to Bay. On the wing, Lee. 6 to shoot. To halt the run. Smith, no luck.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Davis dishes to Ellington. Well, we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, your smartphone, or your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pistons making a change here. Grant's checked in. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Back to Smith. And it's blocked.
Oh, tremendous reach on the block by Ariza, making a real effort on defense.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Trevor Ariza, a different player now than he once was, but during his prime, he was as athletic as anybody on the floor.
You can say that again, GA. And he's done a good job adjusting his game as he's grown older. He went from mostly a slasher to a 3-and-D player. I mean, it's allowed him to have a lengthy career.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's stolen by Ariza. Rebound by Smith.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
To end the cold streak, and the layup is up and in.
And no doubt Smith has the vision. When one of his guys has a clean look, he's quick to get the ball to them.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Horton Tucker. It's blocked. Fast break Detroit. And a wide open look for Lee. Here's Grant. Rebound the Lakers. Dudley's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Well, when the ball goes to Davis to be sure they convert, he's such a reliable finisher.
Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Smith kicks to Magruder. Back to Smith. Throws it up high. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Chris, we know the business of basketball is red hot. Franchise values are skyrocketing. And not only that, Chris, the NBA is America's most popular sport among those 34 and younger.
Well, yeah, it was cool, Kevin. That bodes well for the future, right? It wouldn't surprise me in the next decade or so if the NBA became the premier sport league in the U.S.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 15-4 run. Smith against Ariza. Kicks to Ellington. But they recover it. Davis, the pass to Dudley. Here's Horton Tucker. Shot clock at 5. Another shot. A putback. Davis on the follow. Davis has got 12 points here in the second half.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Here's Horton Tucker. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And he delivers another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
Chris, we've seen in the three-point contest, they've added a pair of deep shots worth extra points. You know, if the league decided for the All-Star game to test out a 4-point line, what would you think of that?
I'm not sure about the 4-point line yet. I think we'll always have time for that, but I don't think it's a need to rush for that. I think that until everyone can shoot like Curry or most guys can shoot like that, let's just not change it because one or two guys can. When we look at offensive efficiency and other statistics, still a lot of ways that this game can be improved with the line where it is. I love the NBA welcoming innovation, but this is something that I think we're jumping ahead of the times.
Rebounded by Dudley. Dudley's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
Ariza outside. Pass to Dudley. Good work there as it goes. Dudley's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Smith. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And have to be very careful when you're on Smith Jr. He doesn't back down from the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And with the move league-wide for greater representation, some are calling for more diversity in front offices. Chris, some say progress isn't coming fast enough. What do you think?
I think progress hasn't happened fast enough either. Put me on that list. Let me sign that petition. Because even in the coaching ranks, fewer black head coaches this season. You know, teams need to hire the best candidate. No one's saying anything different than that. But the fact of the matter is, they're not interviewing some of the best candidates. That's all. Let some of the best candidates in the door, and they should be hired.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Smith against Ariza. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And such a speedy player. Love how Smith Jr. forces the issue and makes you hit him.
That free throw missing. Marc Gasol's checked in for Anthony Davis. Good on the second free throw.
And you know, known for that rim-rocking dunking ability. Smith Jr., though, a special talent. This is a guy who wants to keep getting better over time.
Pass to Dudley. Now here's Ellington. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Lyles. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Lee. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Inside, here's Dudley, and he uses the glass on the layup. Dudley's got 9 points here in the second half.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Here's Ariza, and the layup is good.
I mean, look at those big mitts of Ariza. I mean, they just can't be forgotten. Using them to paw away the ball and create chances for his team.
The Pistons shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Here's Ellington, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Oh, and they're showing no signs of letting up. I love this approach right now. They value each possession.
And the pass to Lyles. Gasol against Smith. Out to Lee. There's the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Ariza outside. Down low. Here's Gasol. Again, the Lakers.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Detroit. Passes it to Lyles. Here's Magruder. All sorts of time. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Ariza goes in. Horton Tucker. Ariza kicks to Dudley. They shoot again. Rebound by the Pistons.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Here's Lee outside. Here's Lyles. Good D by Ariza. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball. And we know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 front court position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you could make a strong case for that. You go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And again, no good by the Lakers.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
The first one falls. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Down the stretch of last season, Greg, we saw some teams resting healthy players, even ones out of the playoff hunt, and they got fined. But is the amount, which I think is about $25,000, is that enough to discourage that tactic?
You know, I don't think it is. Not when team revenues are measured in the hundreds of millions. You got to do more to keep them honest, but by the same token, you know, if I got 100, 200 million invested in a guy, I want to protect my investment. And so if I can rest them here or there and prolong their career, I think my organization's all the better for it.
And here's Dudley for three. No good that time. The Pistons go the other way with it.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Los Angeles.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Davis.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with AD. Hey, you guys seem locked in tonight. What was the key?
Well, we came out aggressive defensively and offensively, and against a team like that, you know, you got to come out aggressive defensively first, and I think we did that through the whole 48.
Yeah, you certainly beat them to the punch, and you beat them on the scoreboard as well, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.